Hey everybody, I'm Nicole Slater.
Hey, I'm Mike Bajrami.
and this is the Mental Notes Podcast. We are live, we are ready, we're so excited. It's our first episode. So we wanted to take a quick moment and kind of just say hi to everyone and give a kind of a shout out to the people that have helped us. Thank you so much for people who are tuning in. We are live here at J.J. Blair's studio, not his basement. I always call it basement. He gets so mad at me. It's not
Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, in Hollywood Hills, Fox Force 5 Studios.
Yep.
So
really cool.
Yeah. So why don't you tell the viewers like how we met? Like how did this? Because we only met a month ago, which is insane. So, and now we're recording live in a recording studio.
Yeah, this is tomorrow will be in 1 month.
Yeah.
So we met at Evolving Out Loud in Glendale, California, a Kyle Cease event.
Hi Will. Hi Ryan.
And,
thanks for joining.
And we met on the second day, the Sunday.
Yeah.
And we just happened to sit next to each other. It's a very complex situation, but it was really great.
No, basically, he was sitting up front, and I didn't want to sit way in the back, and I just, like, talked my way into it. So, hey, Matthias. Hey, Tim. Thanks for joining. Wow, so we met at Kyle Cease. We sat next to each other, and we had to start doing these exercises where we start brainstorming and dreaming out loud, and I just, like, threw out this podcast idea. He's in the music business. I am, too.
Yeah, we had a lot of similarities. Everything just seemed to connect. Yeah. So we're thinking to ourselves while we're talking about this stuff, maybe there's something here.
Maybe. So now we're here a month later, and what's up, Torin? Hey. I'm just so excited that you guys are a part of this journey. So we're looking at getting sponsors. We're looking at potential guests. We've lined up a ton of people. So just a little shout out. We got J.J. Blair today. We're recording Ross Hogarth, who's an amazing engineer. Peter from Gibson might be on as well. You've talked to a couple of people, but we're still looking.
Lots of people.
But we want to know from you, what questions should we ask? So what is the podcast about? Let's start with that.
Okay, so for you guys that are here right now and you haven't heard or you don't know anything about the Mental Notes podcast, we're shining light on mental health, balance, and wellness in the music industry. So it's not just about mental health issues, but we want to spotlight those issues. There's so many things that people deal with within the industry. It transcends it, of course, but this is something that we're both so passionate about, and we have so much experience with it. So it's exciting to be able to speak about real topics, just stuff that we can connect with the person we're sitting down with. I'm excited to talk to JJ today. It's going to be so much fun.
Hey, Steve from Reno. What's up? I used to work with Steve.
Cool. Hey, Steve.
He's back in the OG days of radio when I first started out. So, we're asking questions like, how do you stay balanced when you live with unbalanced people or you work? If you're a studio engineer and you're here for 16 hours and you're dealing with, just a mental breakdown from your artist, you don't really have time to like go take a break. So what are the techniques that you use? What are the tips? What are the tricks? Can you do like a 5-minute meditation? What kind of mindfulness techniques that you have? Because as you know, in the music industry recently, we've lost a lot of people due to mental health, and that's why I'm inspired. What happened with Chris Cornell and Chester Benningfield, and it really hit home for me. Yeah. I'm someone who has suffered from depression and anxiety, and I've been very public about that. And it's interesting how people react to that. Some people love it, and they're like, I do too. And a lot of people in the music industry are like, ugh, like it's just really awkward.
Yeah, we hope to address that stigma aspect of it. So we want to, a lot of people, I think it's time, we discussed this at length when we met that day, how we're in a time where people really desire more of that authentic communication. So to have these stigmas about lots of stuff, I mean, we may say we're ready for it and we're cool with it and we can speak openly, but, when people go away, they're like, we don't know about that person.
But people don't know how to handle it. Like, when you have a really good friend that's going through a depressive episode, like, how do you reach out? How do you show that you care? Like, people like will message me like just like the suicide hotline number, and I'm like, well, thanks, like I'm not gonna commit suicide, but you can take me for a coffee and ask me how I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like people don't know what to say and how to frame it, and it's like this awkward space. They don't want to offend people, so we're just gonna break down those barriers. We're gonna talk with artists.
And one thing, we're not saying we're the experts.
No.
We're gonna have
we're just asking the questions.
We're gonna have experts on.
Yeah.
We're gonna have mental health experts. We're gonna have counselors, thought leaders who are ready to equip you and us with tools that we can apply practically to our lives.
Yeah. Thanks, Colin. Hi, what's up? Hey, Roger. Hey, Anthony. So, speaking of tools, Music Cares, if you guys don't know about this, definitely check out Music Cares. It's part of the Grammy Foundation, and they provide all different types of services. Like, they go on Warped Tour and do like free ear assessments and dental stuff. They help people go to rehab and get the help that they need. So just an example.
Disaster relief.
Yeah, exactly. If you lose your instruments, they can help replace them. So
counseling for things such as what happened in Vegas. Yeah. They're doing outreach and doing counseling for people or facilitating that, and that's amazing. I think it's a great organization.
Yeah, so we definitely, in the comments, say hello if you're here, and let us know what questions we should ask people about how to create balance. A couple days ago, I posted that question on Facebook, and I got a lot of really cool stuff. So, hey, Manuel from New York. He's my fashion friend. So thank you guys so much for hanging out. Let's see what Susanna says. I think this is great. I love it. Awesome. It's perfect. Being rich and famous doesn't make anyone immortal. And that's that's a great point, because we want to talk about, I'll be happy when I have that gold record, or I have that model wife, or I have that. And people get really famous and get all the money, and then they're still not happy.
Right.
So how do you deal with that? How do you deal with being famous and now you're not? You were a big hit in the 80s, and now no one knows who you are. How do you mentally handle that?
Susanna points out, thanks for the comment, it's that they're human. Yeah. Ultimately, we see them a certain way. They're put on pedestals, and they are human just like any of us. Yeah. And one thing too is we want to speak to those people that we see as very established, like maybe they're stars or what have you, but also the independent artists that are trying to break in, that are caught up in the FOMO, that are caught up
fear
in
of missing out,
the pressure of wanting success, just figuring it out. You get depressed. I've seen it firsthand, and those sides of it as well need to be addressed. It's not just about this top tier music industry stuff. Yeah. It's like there's so many people, and engineers, producers, writers,
publishers,
tour managers, everyone.
So we really want to take you behind the scenes of the music industry, not just talk to big artists. I want to talk to that struggling artist that still has a full-time job and plays coffee shops, and how do you justify your art? I want to talk about someone on tour when your lead singer is having trouble maintaining sobriety, because a lot of times if the band asks the record company, they're going to just tell them what they need to hear to get them on the road to keep making money. So how do you reach out? How do you have resources? So thank you guys so much for coming. I want to give you guys a little behind the scenes look at where we are right now. We're at Fox Force 5 Studios in the Hollywood Hills. It's going to get a little Blair Witch here. But there's Mike. But here's the awesome drum room and live room.
See into the studio.
Yeah, if you can see into the studio right now. There's J.J. walking around. Say hi. Hi, J.J.
See, he can't
hear me. Happening. There's a dog over there. It's beautiful. There's a lot of gear, a lot of microphones. What are we recording on? You remember? AKGs, 414s.
We have some old 414 EVs.
Yeah.
Amazing vintage collection here. I'm a massive audio gear nerd. Recording. I mean, I'm an engineer. That was my beginning into it. An artist and producing, and then to be in this. My collection, we're going to probably share some awesome photos. Because the gear in that control room, woo!
Yeah, for sure. So thank you guys for joining. We're going to wrap up. We're going to record the first episode, and hopefully we'll get out in the next couple of weeks. We just want to can a couple of the episodes before we start releasing it. But we'll have little Instagram stories and Facebook Lives.
Yeah, we want to share the journey.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Justin, for joining us. We're now leaving. Hi, bye.
Bye-bye.
And we love you guys, and thank you for being here. Oh, and check us out at mentalnotespodcast.com. And find us on social at Mental Notes Pod, P-O-D.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
Bye.
See you next time.